How about now? Is there any sound now? Good morning, Ari. How about now? Is there any sound now? Yeah, there is. Good morning, Ari. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for the tip. Who was it that told me that? Ari, I think, told me that. So I did check the sign. Excuse the hair. As you can see, I'm wearing my shirt. Let me. You guys talk amongst yourself. I'm gonna send out some links to people, and so stand by. You'll probably hear me muttering. Yeah, Ari, I heard you've been feeling a little bit under the weather. I hope you're feeling better. I want to say good morning to Rick Halber, Whizbang, True Joan Reviews, Ari, Remote Pilots Australia, Manic Magic, Trevor, welcome to the stream, Exploration Obsession, Above and Beyond Drones, Jim, well done this morning. Glad you guys could join the stream. Probably not going to be on too long this morning. I've got some things I need to get done today. So it will take maybe an hour, hour and a half, and do some chatting. Hello, Zero FPV. Welcome to the stream. I sent out some links. See, Ari, I sent you one. Rick, I sent you one. Manic, I sent you one. My memory really sucks. Jim, I sent you one. Um, Sorry, guys. Chris Hope, good morning. Good morning, brother. Good morning, Manic. Good morning, Trevor.
How you going, mate?
Tomas Sullivan, good morning, my Irish friend. Manic, good morning, Trevor.
How you going, buddy? I haven't got my headphones on yet.
Sullivan, good morning, my Irish friend. Manic, good morning, Trevor.
How you going, buddy? Oh, I better turn that off.
Yeah, there for a minute I thought it was me. Hey, Chris Hope, could you, if you don't mind, could you post your email so I can send you an invite? I thought I had it, but haven't been able to find it. You can take it down right after I copy it. So, Trevor, that's an awesome logo Nay's made for you.
It's coming up really good, isn't it?
It is. It is. He's pretty good.
It's come a long way to what I expected, but I think it's going into the right direction because I reckon it'll give a good Aussie feel the way that I can present it.
Yeah.
We did the background and that. It looks nice.
Yeah.
Things that I can do with it. That's it.
Yeah.
I might get my microphone set up.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I'll be dogged. Getting all confused here, guys. Okay.
Okay, Rodney, can you hear me with this microphone okay, or is it too loud?
It's a little loud, but I can turn the volume down on my end a little bit.
No worries. If not, I can do it my end too.
I did lose your picture, though.
That's okay. I can bring that back up.
Hello, Rodney.
Good morning, Ari. Well, looky there.
I got a new shirt. What do you think, guys?
Wow, that's nice. Looks just like mine.
It is. It's just like yours. I have no idea how I ever came to get that. But I was really pleased to get it. Oh dear, oh dear.
I know someone else that should be getting one any day now.
I don't know who that could be. It's landed here in Australia, but I've got to wait till the weekend's over.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because it landed in Perth.
Does anybody else in Australia have one, Rodney?
Spike does.
Oh dear. Well, if yours doesn't arrive, Trevor, we can always go and rob Spike.
I'd have to stretch it a bit. Sorry, Rodney.
I said I need to send Spike a cup. And hey, I'm going to say hi to some new people. Indigo, Rhino, welcome to the stream. Rod Piker, Drones, UK, thank you for joining. Tomas O'Sullivan, I may have already said hi to you, but I always like to say hi to you. Tomas there is going to be getting a cup. He'll be the first Irishman to get a cup. He declined the T-shirt, but that's okay.
If only you were as well. Well, actually, you are as well travelled as your merch. I was going to say, I forgot that you were in the Navy for a minute there, Rodney.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that I missed when I was in the Navy. Traveling wasn't one of them.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I think I may have told you this before, Ari, but the ship I was on back in the mid-70s was supposed to go to Australia. And then I was looking forward to that because I'd heard a lot of good things about Australia. And, I was 21 years old, 22 years old, and, spent 2.5 years in Japan, world traveler here. And our sister ship, when we deployed, all 4 of her boilers, all 2 of her boilers went CASRA, which means they both broke down, and she was stuck in the Philippines getting repairs done. She was there for 56 days, and we had to take all her commitments, which meant we didn't get to go to Australia. So
it's always a way, isn't it? Now, here we go. We're about to, this is the first, yeah. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, aren't they great? They're great cups, too.
Just think, Trevor, here in days.
I heard very good reports about your cups, how they keep good ice.
Oh, they do. They keep good ice and keep the drinks hot. I started out the morning sunrise stream. Actually, I was up at 4 o'clock, and at 4:15, I had my first cup of coffee. And I went through all 4 of the streams, Michael, myself, Jim, Above and Beyond, and Les. And the coffee was still hot when I finished it.
What amazes me is how cool the outside of it is.
Yes.
It's really very, very good.
Yep. Good morning, Chris Hope. Good morning, Miko Ghost, the old codger. One of these days, I'm going to learn your name. So I have a bad memory when it comes to name. Dean, that's it. So.
You and me both, Rodney. I make a cheat sheet and I write them all down.
That's what I should be doing.
So there was only 3 reasons why you couldn't have audio, and it looks like I guessed the right one first.
Yeah, well, I have 2 choices, and I don't know why, but the camera's microphone didn't pick up.
It's probably whichever one is set as default in your system settings. Well, are you using a desktop or a notebook?
I'm using a desktop.
Okay, then I don't know what the second one will be. But as long as you've got it selected, you may have to do that each time you come in, but as long as you remember, you'll be okay. It's very confusing on mine because I've got 2 webcams plugged in and the desktop mic, and it's a notebook. So I've got 5 microphones to choose from.
Wow. What's so many?
I'm enjoying that. I've been waiting to catch you on so that I could do that.
Well, let's go. Now all we got to do is get on Cloud Stream with all of us wearing the shirts and drinking cups.
You know, they use those cups as weapons of mass destruction or weapons of mass teasing. You get on and everybody who's got one will bring it out just to tease the people who don't. So I'm looking forward to getting my own back on a few people mentioning their names. You know, Claude, Mike.
I like the way Claude does it. Yeah, I got my Rodney Bell cup.
He's such a bragger.
Precious.
Good morning, Brent Nunley.
And hi, Rick. I didn't see you in there, my friend. And hi, Brent. How are you?
Hey, Rick, I sent you a link, my friend. And who else? I sent a link to someone else too. But I mean, it's, you know, I understand it's early in the morning out there in California, so I'm just glad he could make it.
I was chatting away to Tom, and I got the notification, which is a minor miracle. YouTube's been getting a little unreliable with those notifications. I got the notification that you were popped on, and I said to Tom, "Shall we go over and harass Rodney?" He said, "Sure." He said, "That's a sure thing." Yeah.
Hey, Chris Hope, did you ever post your email address? Because if you did, I missed it, and I'd really like to get you to come on. I don't understand why I don't have it. I should have it in there. Let me check again. Hey guys, Ari, you and Manic talking between yourself and the Canadian Drone Hub. Welcome. Good morning.
Hey, Roger. How are you, my friend? Whizbang has his very own McDonald's cup. Even McDonald's tastes better in a Rodney Bell cup, honestly. Oh, dear. So you're set up quite well there, Trevor. I'm not quite sure what mic you're using, but I like the boom and the windscreen that you've got on there, the pop filter, as they call it, to be more correct.
Yeah, I've got a Yeti mic. Same as Val's and Rogers and a few others that have got them.
Yep.
And I've got a Hellinger mixer, sound mixer.
Okay, great.
And yeah, I've got a couple of webcams for my art, so I can do my artwork as well as view myself.
Okay. I'm using an older style of mic, although it was brand new in the box until a couple of months ago. I've got the original Razor Siren, which doesn't really have anything to do with the current ones. It's a much more comprehensive one. And in many ways, it's almost identical. It's got the same controls as the Yeti, and it works quite well for me. Although I used to run it through a software mixer. I don't run through a Behringer or a desk mixer, but I just get too lazy to fire that up anymore.
What I like about it too is I can hear it. If I have it on the right setting, I can hear it really good quality, and I can hear if someone's at the door because it can pick up sensitivity. I can hear someone walking right across the driveway, or if my dog's at the door, I can hear them. So it's handy that way, and still not lose the quality of YouTube.
Yep, I hear you. I can pretty much accomplish anything here with software that you can do in hardware. You need to have a PC that's got enough resources to burn, because obviously everything you add on top adds another hit to it. I'll actually fire up the equalization. I've been playing with the settings, and actually this equalization is tailored for a Yeti.
And plus, I don't want to miss anyone at the door, especially I've been getting parcels every day of different things for the YouTube studio, so I don't want to miss out.
Yeah, getting set up, are you?
Yeah, quite a bit. I've got quite a bit of lighting. I've got 2 more lighting equipment with their stands and that as well. And yeah, I'll be doing quite a bit of creation coming up soon. Now that I'm getting myself sorted out.
I'm about to change my input and run it through the software mixer, I hope. So yeah, that's the one.
As we speak.
Okay, that should have changed my audio properties fairly significantly, I think, if I've done it right.
It sounds different, I think.
Yeah, that's put compression and clipping and given a studio effect. But those effects are tailored for a Blue Yeti. So that tells you how close my mic is to a Blue Yeti.
All right. Yep.
How you going there, Rodney? Ready to take the reins again?
No, just a second. Go ahead. You guys.
How you going, Roger, out there?
.360 cam. So True Drone Reviews has a 360 cam. They're starting to become very, very popular. I can think of a half a dozen people now in the community using those. And I wouldn't mind giving one a try at some point, although I'm not a particularly good photographer, but maybe they're idiot resistant if they're not foolproof.
Alrighty. So what you guys got planned for this weekend?
You can go first, Trev.
I'm just going to venture down the lake each day and start doing a bit of artwork, because what I do is I film a lot of it, tape it, and hopefully I can get a few videos stacked up. So then I'll present them down the track. Because a lot of my artwork videos can take quite a few days, and then I cut them right down. Like the last one I did, which was only a rush one, I just wanted to get some content out every now and then while I'm waiting. And that was like over 3 days, and I cut it down to like 3.5 minutes. It just took the best out of it.
That's pretty common. I mean, I don't consider myself to be an artist in any way, Trevor, but when I'm taking video, you know, for every hour of video, if I get 3 minutes usable, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But as for my weekend,
I can present a good video that way too. Go on, sorry.
I was just going to say to Rodney, you know, your and my weekend's half over, Trevor, but I had my old dad over today. I was going to go flying, but the weather's not particularly good. He likes to come along. I've yet to convince him to have a go on the sticks, but I'm determined I'm going to get him to. He's 80, but he's still there. You know, mentally he's quite sharp. So I brought him back here, and we fed him and gave him a drink and whatnot, and let him talk to the grandkids, which he enjoys. Tomorrow it's car washing day, which means there'll be at least 3 and maybe 4 to do. So I'm not looking forward to tomorrow.
Well, I'll bring my truck down there. You can wash it.
It's going to be pretty washed by the time it gets here, Rodney.
Well, yeah.
Today was dog washing day for me.
You'll still have to wash all the salt off of it.
That's why you're indoors, isn't it, Zigzag? Because she'll get a cold. Still trying to. She's still a bit damp on the edge.
They're a beautiful dog. I love them, Trevor.
Yeah, Border Collie.
Yes, I knew. Border Collies and Golden Retrievers are on the top of my love list.
Yeah, I got a big tub in the shower. So it's like a big black cattle trough tub, like a single one. And it sits in the shower, and she has a bath in it. So she actually bathes for a while with warm water. And so I treat her with that and comb her and that, and she likes it.
I have currently got a Siberian Husky, which I got along with one of my foster children, my foster daughter. She came with her. She's been her companion since she was about 6. And if I open the door and let the Husky in, she runs into the bathroom and lies down in the bath. She really loves her baths.
My dog will watch me while I'm behind the curtain, and she knows what goes on, but she's reluctant until she gets into the water because she's not a big water lover.
And now I'm trying to think of the name of your cat, Rodney. It'll come to me in a minute, but where is he?
She's right there. Here, I'll point the camera down at her.
Oh, I can see it. Hello, sweetheart.
She's a character. She's blind in one eye. She, when I adopted her, she was at a pet store, and they had a note up on her cage that if nobody adopted her, they was going to have to put her down because she's not good with kids, and she was blind in one eye, and she was 9 months old. So she wasn't the kitten I was originally going to get, but I felt sorry for her. So it took her like 3 months to make contact with me.
Yeah, she doesn't leave you alone now, though. I notice she's never far away.
No, she's usually right here. Well, she's
And
eating
God bless
something right now.
you. God bless you for taking her, Rodney. We've got one cat in the household that we took as an adult cat, and he's coming up on 18 now, and he's had a stroke, and he doesn't walk real well.
Wow,
But
Aileen.
he still has a good life.
Mine's 15, my dog. 15
she?
already. Yeah.
What's her name?
Zigzag.
Zigzag.
When she was a pup, she had a zigzag down her back, but as she grew, the zigzag sort of grew out with her coat getting bulkier with the black.
15 years is a good age for a border, and she looks like she's still in very good order.
She's got a 1-year-old staffy that keeps her young.
Yeah, they do. They love. I had a series of 3 golden retrievers, and when the first one got to about 10, I got the second one, and when he got to about 8, I got the third one, and for a period of time I had all 3, and the pups kept the older ones going and interested in life.
They reckon it's very important to get a younger dog when a dog is halfway through their life, and progress with the next one if as they age, because it gives them further life.
It does. And they give us further life, and our cats too, Ronnie.
Yeah, cat. I want to get a dog, but my wife doesn't want another one. Right now, we've got Tai Tai, and we've got 3 other cats that belong to my stepdaughter, and we got 2 dogs. One that belongs to my wife, and then we got a pit bull that belongs to my stepson. And I want to get a dog, but I want to get either a black lab or a yellow lab, black lab, or a German Shepherd.
Well, no, you've been married quite a while, as have I, 35 years, so I think you'll understand when I say it's easier to get forgiveness than it is to get permission sometimes.
Yeah.
Look, honey, it followed me home.
Well, yeah, I can see that now. Well, that's nice, but, it can't be more than 8 weeks and it followed you home.
He's advanced for his age, darling. We should really keep him.
He's really intelligent.
Thomas likes Zigzag. He's just telling you how beautiful she is, Trevor. I think she's lovely as well.
That's good.
Hey,
Everyone loves her here.
Ari, your sound seems to be breaking up.
Okay.
Is it Ari? I was checking my bandwidth. I'm thinking I've never had trouble with bandwidth for a long time.
Well, I hear you just fine, Trevor.
That's okay. I'm glad it wasn't me, because I've been messing around with my computer tonight. Because Nay was trying to get me to put some big files in, because he wanted me to do 4K files. He wants to try to show off his masterpiece, I think.
I was playing with the equalizer settings, which is why the microphone started to clip. I'm trying to find just the edge of where I can crank it to before it starts to clip. Obviously, I've got to crank it down a little bit further yet.
Because it's going to take Nay 10 hours to render my logo. And that's not even doing all the other stuff that he wants to do for me, which is the animation and all the rest of it. It's crazy because when I do a logo, it only takes me 3 minutes, if that. It's just cut and paste and mess around with something.
I'm sorry to hear that, Tom.
Oh, yeah, no kidding, Tom. Ah, man.
That's heartbreaking.
That is.
I lost a cat a few years ago, and people wouldn't think that that'd be as traumatic. But I grew. I used to work with dogs in special projects, and before that, And I love dogs, and I've got to the point where I train them myself, and I wanted to try training a cat because people said that it couldn't be done. And I had various success up until I got a sacred Burman, and she was really, you know what they're like. Some animals respond. She was very, very good. Anything that you could get a dog to do, I could get her to do. Roll over, play dead, be shot, stand up, give you a high five, tell you how much she wanted her meal, like that. And she, much like Tom, she went in for, she got a little bit ill, just a virus. And a few $1,000s later, she up and died on me. And it took a long time to get over that. I haven't had the heart. I don't have an animal for the first time in my adult life currently. The kids have got theirs. I get my daughter's fellow. He comes and sits on all the boxes behind me and watches things. That's all I do now. I share other people's animals.
Yeah, I thought I saw a cat on one of your streams one time.
Yeah, he's often up here making himself useful.
So
I just read the chat. Sorry to hear that, Thomas.
Ken Whizbang99, he has 9 labs, and they are great owners. They are good hunting dogs.
I just have a preference for golden retrievers over Labradors. And, in many ways, they're a very, very similar dog.
They're so loyal and loving, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah. Although, do you know, Trevor, in Australia, in the last 5 years, more dogs have been bitten by golden Labradors than any other dog.
Probably for good reason sometimes.
Oh, yeah, true. I'm not going to argue that. My dogs
because they're probably protecting someone.
My dogs have never been biters, but when on the rare occasion it's happened, I say to people, "Well, what were you doing?"
Exactly. See, my dog, I was at a party one time, and a couple rocked up with their little baby, and I always like to be a responsible parent, so to speak, for my dog. That's the only way I can describe it. And they put the little baby down, and my Zigzag was outside. Anyway, all of a sudden, I just realised that they had a little baby, so I quickly ducked out. And there's the little baby with the hands gripping onto her fur around her nose, but the parents were there watching it.
Oh, no, that's not on.
It's not on, and I said, no, I don't think it's very wise for any reason. But my Zigzag's used to going into nursing homes, and she's just standing there, grinning and bearing it, not doing a thing, just allowing the baby to do its thing, which I thought was incredibly great. But I just said it's not very wise to do that. So I'd sooner I put Zigzag inside while the baby's out here, while we're having our baby. It's a responsible thing to do. But it just showed me, though, how good Zigzag was.
Well, they were lucky that, your dog is so well schooled. My oldest golden retriever, at the time I had him, my grandparents loved him, and then my grandfather passed away and my grandmother went into care. And so I used to take him with me every time to visit her. And he became a real staple. And then after a while, they changed the laws, and to visit, they had to become a registered assistance dog. And he'd become such a staple there that the nursing facility put him through the course to get him certified. And he was really good. He would take, because a lot of the people, some of the people had strokes. They didn't have very good coordination, and they were rougher than they intended to be. But he was always very, very good about it. But with kids, I think it's a matter of familiarizing themselves. When we brought ours home from the hospital, the first thing, literally before we even brought them upstairs, and this is not an exaggeration in any way, we got the children. We came home from the hospital, spread a blanket on the front lawn, took the children out of the car, and then opened the doors to the garage and let the golden retrievers out to come and lay with the baby. And the babies were 2 days old. And our kids, every one of them has that special animal touch that some people have. So I think it just comes down to bringing your kids up with animals, teaching them from their earliest time.
Hey guys, let me interrupt for a minute. I want to welcome some people to the stream. The Good Cell Life. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Pop's Eye TV, welcome to the stream. Camero Drone, Cameron, welcome. You're always welcome here. Hope you all enjoy it. It's just an early morning chat with a cup of coffee and We're
And a
talking
couple of Aussies.
with a couple of Aussies, yeah. But I love the Aussies. They're good people.
Well, you guys are good people too.
For Americans. Yeah.
For
Couldn't
American, I love your sense of humour when it comes to Americans. I'm not that brutal.
Oh, I can never resist it. Fortunately, they realise that I don't mean it.
So anyway, for all you in the chat, check out each other. If you don't have each other's channels, help each other build. And Ed, Love My Drones just popped in. And let's see. Dean, you have a good weekend, brother. Thanks for coming into the stream. I appreciate it. And you have a great weekend. So I think that's pretty much it. Chris Hope, are you still out there? All right. I've had 2 labs in my life. One was a yellow lab and one was a black lab. And the black lab, I was actually going to breed. I was going to get the papers for him, but we moved to Virginia. I was stationed out in California when we got him, and when we moved to Virginia, something happened to him that we just couldn't handle him anymore. And so we ended up giving him to this guy that lived out on a farm, and we was living in Virginia Beach. And last I heard, he was doing well out there, and this was back in the 80s. And then I got a yellow lab, she was a good dog, really easy to train, but she chewed up my tiled floor.
Tiled floor.
Yeah.
That's good going.
How she did that, I don't know. I came home from work one day, and we kept both our dogs in our bedroom, and I opened that door, and there was just pieces of tile everywhere. And of course, I was living in government housing. So I certainly couldn't go to the housing office and say, hey, my tile needs to be replaced. So I took a piece of the tile and I went to like Home Depot or something like that. And where was I going? Oh, yeah. And matched it up as best I could. And we had to take the bed out and everything and retile the whole floor. I was so mad. I wanted to shoot her, but you couldn't.
You can't. Yep.
She was like 5 months old, and how she chewed that floor up, I don't know. She did it.
They're not mature at that age. They're still pups.
Yeah.
That same golden retriever that I was talking about, the one I used to take to visit, he had a typical golden retriever weakness, which was digging holes. I used to call him Cato. He had one in my backyard that was so deep I got my boat trailer bogged to the axles. And, like you, there are times I could have cheerfully buried him in one of those holes, but when it came down to it, you couldn't do it. And back from the sky, good morning, guys. I'm at Dunkin' Donuts getting coffee and bagels and driving. Just wanted to say hi. Hi, and where's our bagels? Well,
I'll take a maple bar back from the sky.
But you could put it there.
So, Trevor, what is that?
It's a chopper chop.
A what? Is that like a 50-year-old pup?
God knows, man. Different names, the same plate, different gravy.
It's a chubba chub. It's a strawberry and cream. They are very flavoursome.
Not to say that Trevor's a big kid or anything, but
I love my lollipops. my next go-to candy, but I avoid them because of the sugar level. Where if I have a lollipop, at least I only, get a bit of flavour every now and then. But with lollies, I tend to eat too many if I do buy them, so I don't. I like the racing cars from you know the racing cars, they're airy.
Yeah.
What brand are they again?
I try and avoid the sweets myself now.
Yeah. We do have some nice sweets here in Australia.
Rick Halber. No, I haven't seen Philly Drone Life on this morning.
He was actually on. Sorry, Ari. He was on this morning. We did our live stream. There was he went up first. I came up next, and then Above and Beyond came up, and then Les came up. And he's supposed to be on at 9. He does his exercise thing at 9.
Yeah,
so he's supposed to be back up at 9.
You mean we keep him company while he exercises?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I laugh at him.
Yeah. He gets tired, doesn't he?
He gets very excitable, does our Philly, which is good.
RC Funds Diversion, welcome to the stream. Good morning, my friend. How you doing?
I used to watch Philly right in the early days when he only had 1 or 2 people every live stream, no one else. And it was back at the time when Star Cop was doing his live stream, so I had to do Star Cops as well as his to support both of them because they're only having 1 or 2 people, and that's how we've grown. We've become good friends.
RC Funds Diversion. I've just subscribed to your channel, so I'll be checking out your videos. Give you a bit of support there. You're a drone guy, so you got to be worth it.
RC Funds Diversion is asking me, Rodney, how much are you paying these talented pilots to be here? That's a secret, RC Funds. That's a secret. I can't tell you.
I could tell you, but we'd have to kill you. Yeah.
Well, put it this way. I'm at the lower end of the spectrum of talented pilots, and Airy is probably at the furthest end of the spectrum.
I'm probably a decent pilot, but I don't claim to be much of a photographer. So, you know, somewhere in the middle, we might make a good operator between the two of us, Trevor.
I think that would work out better because I love photography. I've done that all my life, and the artistic balance of it.
That's it.
But I just like flying. I don't tend to take many photos.
See, the problem is these people, you know, don't understand. They think, oh, they're a pair of Aussies. You know, we live about as far away from each other as could be, about 3,000 kilometers as the crow flies.
Exactly.
I'm sort of halfway between you and Rodney, a rose between 2 thorns.
I used to travel all over Australia. Goes races up through Queensland, tow truck driving.
All right.
We used to tow the big rigs, do the heavy lifts, and so we'd like take 2 to 3 days to travel wherever, and take about a day to excavate whatever we've carrying.
Yep.
And then have to then travel back longer again.
Hey, Ari.
Yes, mate.
Did I hear you say that you're a rose between 2 thorns?
Yes, you did.
He's got tickets.
Oh, you're calling me and Trevor thorns?
Did I say that? Oh, all right. Yeah, guilty.
Yeah, I thought so. You know, hey, you can send the shirt and the cup back now.
Yeah. Do I have to wash the coffee stain out first?
Uh-oh, come on. You all right?
You want the truth? No, I'm coming down for round 3, would you believe? I'm running with sweat, got a temperature, and coughing like crazy.
Oh
dear. Yeah, my dress sense is absolutely impeccable, RC Fun. I would tell you who my fashion designer is, but it's a secret. That's it. I work for Rodney Bell Merch.
So, RC Fun, there you go. That's how I get them here.
And my merch is coming in a couple of days' time.
I've got I've got another package to send to Australia now that I think about it. Also, I got 2 to Britain, and as soon as Tomas's cup comes in, it'll go to Ireland. I've gone international.
That's it. Just pray that nobody finds the cocaine between the walls of the cup, Rodney.
Well, thanks a lot, Ari. Now we're going to be looking for it. Come on, man. You know the NSA looks at this stuff.
I know, mate. Yeah, we've got to make them earn their pay. Thomas will get his cup, and it'll be in 47 pieces. Cut the size of postage stamps with a jigsaw. Yeah. And then they'll pound his door down. With the drug dogs. It's sort of like the droning equivalent of being swatted.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
Poor Thomas.
Oh dear. Yeah. Don't worry, he'll have something to say to me the next time we're chatting. He and I chat on Facebook Messenger from time to time, so you can be sure I'll get told what for.
So it's a beautiful day here.
Today, we're having odd weather here in Australia. We've had some really, really cold, frigid weather. For the last 3 days, we've had those big clouds because of the heat. Cold in the morning, and quite warm in the day. Beautiful weather. But we need more rain. Sorry,
Thomas says he can't wait to be an official member of the drone community. See, that's it. Anybody can be a droner on YouTube, but you haven't arrived until you're drinking coffee out of a Rodney Bell cup.
Here it goes, guys.
That's it. Well, consider yourself to be a patron of the arts, Rodney.
I used to be a pretty modest guy, but something's changed. It's called YouTube.
I was so scared to get on YouTube for the first time. It took me weeks and then a full day to try and work myself up.
About 5 months ago, you wouldn't have caught me live on YouTube. And then
it took me 4 months before I had content.
Yeah, I hear what you two are saying. I'm about 3 months into YouTube as somebody who posts content, and I can still remember how I used to go on Drone Hub with Roger first off. That was the first place I ever went on live, and I would sit there deep breathing for 5 minutes before I clicked on the link to go in. Oh, you can do this. You can do this. Now it's a lot easier. And speaking of which, if you don't mind, Rodney, while I've got a lot of the people here in the panel fall into this category, I put a video up yesterday, which was my first opinion piece in the wake of the unfortunate happenings for Andrew, Pusa Studios. And I was a bit nervous because I'm not one for really putting my opinion out there. And I got a lot of support and no negative comments. So thanks everybody who took time out to leave a comment and that one of support. It's appreciated because I'm not that big-headed that I don't like to get a bit of support, make me feel more comfortable than I did.
Go ahead. Fill me in.
Okay, look, I cannot think of the name of the gentleman, but there's another gentleman, Andrew knows him, who runs another networking channel where people get together and help each other build their channels. And he put out a video that was ostensibly, his point was that sub for sub was a bad thing and everyone should ban it. But the way he put this over, which is his opinion, I disagree, but everyone's entitled to their opinion. The way he put it over, however, was he had a split screen, and on one screen was a channel that was supposedly a typical sub for sub channel, and essentially it was a complete takeoff of Andrew of Pusa Studios, right down to the wheel and the same sound effects and the same flashing lights. It was obviously pointed directly at Andrew, and it was essentially a 20-minute rant on how sub for sub and people who facilitate that in any way, shape, or form are all of the evils that YouTube could ever have. And Andrew was quite understandably put out, and I just thought it was a crock, quite bluntly, and I felt that I wanted to speak up. And also, there's been a few things on the community lately. A few people who are a bit like that. They're building themselves up at the expense of tearing other people down. Exactly. So I just wanted to have a quiet word about it, which I did, and popped it up there, and it was well received, which I thank you, everybody, once again.
I've known Andrews before he even hit 1,000, and I've been on where he's had little test lives to test his equipment and that, and he was teaching me how to do a little bit of editing and that, but it was over my head at the time. And all the way along, he's only been nothing but supportive and sharing information to help the communities. For people to do that it's totally wrong.
This was my point, Trevor. The points I made were that whether you call it sub for sub, networking, supporting other people's channel, whatever, I want to know why people think that this is such a bad thing. As Andrew pointed out, it is networking. If you run a business or you want to build your YouTube channel and you don't network, you're a very silly person. Now, when people subscribe to my channel, I assume that there's something about me that appeals to them. They want to check me out. I'm old-fashioned. I'm courteous. I sub them back because I want to check somebody out who's checking me out. I might not have time to do it right now. So if I sub them, they'll be there for me to go back and look. And generally, I'll click the bell so that I can see. Now, over the following weeks, month, I'll see what they put up. If I think it's a worthwhile channel, but it's not precisely in my interest area, I might untick the bell, but I'll stay sub so that I can find them. Or if it's totally not my thing, I'll unsubscribe. But the point is, it has its place. And with these artificial boundaries, the 1,000 subscriber to live stream that YouTube has brought in, it's a poor choice, in my opinion. You get radicals with 1,000 subscribers. There are people with 50 subscribers who are very good YouTubers. They put out good quality. So they're going to have to find another way. So I just don't see why they're focusing on this. And as you said about Andrew, he and Ixania, they are in the business of building other people up. And it's not for their own. They enjoy their channel. It's their hobby. But it's not all about them. Look at Mikey. Mikey is one of the most enjoyed YouTubers in the drone community anyway around. Everyone loves to watch Mikey. He couldn't do what he does if he couldn't live stream. And he wouldn't have 1,000 subscribers if it wasn't for Andrew. And the other day there was Mikey helping Rick get his 1,000. You know, Mikey's paying it all. Right. You try and tell me that that's not a justified use. So anyway, I had my say and it's done.
So, Ari, it's okay if you want to post it up there. I have no problem with that.
That's all right. Yeah, look, I don't mind, or anyone can click on the three dots beside me and go to my channel and have a look at it. It's the last one I posted. I don't need to push it out there. I just wanted to say something, and I did. And, you know, as we all are, we get a bit nervous.
This is the first I'd heard about it. I think Andrew and his wife, I think they're doing a good thing. You know, it's good fun to watch, and, you know, so, and as far as the sub for sub, if I check out a channel and I like it, I'm going to sub it. It doesn't matter to me if they sub me back. But, you know.
See, I've always been the person where on my live streams and that, where I'm having chit chat and that, is I encourage everyone to follow people and test them out or check them out. The reason is, like I make the point, just because you're a drone pilot, it doesn't mean you're not interested in art. You're not interested in other stuff. And how are you going to find that out until you connect? So if you connect, you don't always have to follow them. But if there's a connection, it's entirely up to each other whether you continue that.
Look, I totally agree with you, Trevor. I suppose if you only subscribe to build up subscribers, if that's your only aim, maybe it's less than ideal. But as I say in my video, who am I to tell you what to do? What you should be doing is what makes you happy. If that's what floats their boat, then do it. Don't let me or anybody else discourage you.
Absolutely. I agree. I mean,
but at the end of the day, you need substance and you need people that follow you, your content.
Okay, guys. I'm
on YouTube to have fun, and I don't care if people don't like my streams or my videos. It doesn't mean nothing to me. I'm here to have fun. I'm having fun. I've met a lot of good people. Got quite a few Australian friends. I've met some good people in Britain, a couple in Germany, Tomas in Ireland, and and a lot of people here in the United States. For me, it's fun, and that's all I care about is having fun.
I can remember you putting up your first video on your train video, and you going up through the mountains there. I thoroughly enjoyed that video, and that's why I stuck with you.
All right, guys. I'm going to put a link in the chat here. This is the one that, this is the gentleman who was, he has since posted and claimed.
Sorry, Ari. Have a good morning, Roger.
Okay, Roger. Take care, my friend. If I stop sweating, I'll drop in and see you shortly.
See you, Roger.
There's the link in the chat. That is the YouTube video in question. Now, this gentleman has since posted claiming that he was in no way referencing Andrew. Well, any of you who know Andrew, I invite you to view that video and make your own judgment as to whether that was a direct shot. And I'll dig out my reply and put it in there as well. And this is the thing that I was highlighting. Why do that? If you disagree with what Andrew's doing, then disagree, but you don't need to push it out there. Now, my video has a somewhat indelicate title, which is calling a spade an effing shovel.
I didn't watch it, but I saw it, and I was going to watch it.
Okay, now I've posted the link for that one. There's my reply on it. And I believe that Andrew's made a reply himself, but it's up to you guys to find that one. Time to... You don't know how hard it was to record a 15-minute video reply and not cough.
What is wrong, Ari? Is that is it because of your health, or is it because you've got it?
It's exacerbated because of my health. It's the flu, and I got it about a month ago, and we're over now, and went down, and then got better for 3 or 4 days, and went down again. And it looks like I'm coming down for a third run. I just can't shake it. I've only got one lung, so I struggle anyway at the best of times.
See, I get sick every month. I get really bad, and I have to get antibiotics and that because I've got a crook kidney. Because I was under dialysis for some time, and I was in hospital for a long, long time in a coma, and so my kidney shut down. You see, so I get infections very easily. So yeah, I can be offline for a while, and that's why the last couple of weeks no one's seen me because I get very ill every now and then.
I just refuse to lay down, but at times that's not a good thing, Trevor, because as you know, if you refuse to rest up. Now, Nacho Rolling has said, hello, ladies, to which we must reply, good evening, matron.
Good evening,
she'll have and Dennis, if you guys can see my new logo up there, that is courtesy of Dennis, and thank you again, my friend.
Of who?
Dennis, Nacho Rolling.
Oh,
Dennis,
okay.
Of course, Dennis has done my logo, but my other friends have given me other largesse, so it's making it hard, Suck on that, Dennis. And for those of you who don't know, I've been sitting on this for about a week waiting to catch Rodney in stream to debut it all.
It still looks quite crisp. I can't see the coffee stain.
The one little drop that I have to learn to drink out of my new cup. You'd think with a mouth this big I couldn't miss, wouldn't you?
See what happened is Rodney's actually drilled a little hole in the front there.
Trevor, don't tell my secrets. Man, what is wrong with you, guy? Come on.
I got the world's first Rodney Bell dribble cup.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic. Mm. It's just a worldwide prank that he's having the last laugh.
Hey, I want to say good morning to Nacho Rolling. Welcome to the stream, brother. Appreciate you stopping in.
I know what's going to happen, Trevor. In about 6 months, Rodney's going to release a video that says, to all of those of you who've received a Rodney Bell cup, if you would like the antidote for the slow-acting poison, please send $10,000 to the following address.
I wouldn't do that to you guys. I mean, come on. My friends on YouTube are the only friends I got. I got to keep you guys around.
I can relate to that. Besides which, who else would give you tech support?
Absolutely.
See, I don't even talk to my family anymore. Well, most of them. So YouTube is basically what I've got.
I'm just checking that link that you've put up, Roger.
Have a good one back from the sky. Don't work too hard.
Oh.
Yeah, Roger said he'd posted the second video, so.
This is by the fellow who did that original one, is it?
I think so, yeah.
Well, all I can say to you is, once again, he is claiming here that it was for other purposes and wasn't meant to target anybody. I've posted the link to his original video, and I invite you all to make your own decision on that. But for me, it is a blatant shot across Andrew's bows, personally. And to now put up a video saying, "Oh, I'm not going to validate the responses. I'm not going to broadcast," that's a little bit precious. It goes back to the old saying of, if you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen. You really can't expect to post a video like that and not draw a response. If I did, I would never do it. But should I post something? Should I post something openly critical, I would expect to get return fire.
Even if I didn't even like the person, I couldn't do it because I'd be fearful of backlash to all my other followers. I just wouldn't do it.
Well, I said that in my response video, Trevor. There are people on YouTube that I'm not particularly well disposed towards. I don't follow their philosophy, but they're friends of my friends. And I refuse to publicly side against them. I refuse to say bad things about them. If I can't say anything positive, I don't say anything at all. The most openly critical thing I have said on YouTube is about this gentleman with the video that he's made. I don't want to go that way, and that's my choice. And I wish other people would make the same choice. Exactly. Yeah. That's right. If you treat people how you want them to treat you.
Totally.
Okay, Roger, you take care.
See you, Roger.
Bye, Roger. Thanks for stopping in, brother.
I'll watch you there, Rodney, typing away. You've got to be able to multitask to run one of these live streams, don't you?
Pretty much. When you've got a couple of Aussies on the stream that, just keep on talking and won't let you get a word in edgewise, and the only thing you can do is type.
We're actually getting better. We're not talking over each other as much.
That's true. That's true.
I thought we were saving you, Rodney. Okay, I'll sit here. Your turn.
No, guys. I hope you're not being offended.
No way. We don't get offended.
I tell you the truth. I enjoy listening to you talk, to both of you talk. If nothing else,
in fact,
the accent.
In fact, crikey.
Yeah.
In fact, in Australia, we use very derogative terms to express our love for one another, if that's a way you can phrase it.
Yeah, g'day, Trevor. You going, you bastard?
Yeah, and that's only mild.
And yeah, look, this accent, I knew that we were going to head for the accent there. Every
Mhm.
time I get into the stream with Val, she wants me to say, it doesn't matter whether you're coming in or going out or somewhere in between. Smash that bleeding like button, you bludger.
Yeah, it is so Aussie, isn't it? Like Farmer loves all the Aussie trucking videos, and he says, "Are they really like that up in Queensland, the truckies?" I said,
Worse.
"Bloody oath they are, mate." And they are. They're typical like that. They do not fake it, and the accent you can't understand them.
Rick Halber says I run a tough stream.
Yeah, well, we will toughen up, mate. We will.
Gooey copper.
I don't want it to be tough.
Well, I haven't heard you make any comments about snowflakes or libtards yet, Rodney. So, you're falling behind the benchmark, not mentioning in any names who that is.
I don't even want to go down that road.
Yeah.
I believe me, you want to get me riled up, let's start going down that road. And
You want to hear Grumpy and Art Co.
Uh,
They cross the line a little bit there.
first off, I don't normally talk politics. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and vote how you want to. Just go vote, And
I agree.
do the same down there in Australia. But I try to avoid talking about politics. First off, I'm not that good at it, and second off, it just frustrates me.
I hate it when they assume who you vote for just to try to get it out of you. Because I always say I do not discuss who I vote for. It's private to me. Sorry, Eric.
I made the comment about snowflakes
Oh, baby.
and libtards, and of course I was referencing Lloyd, but I'm fairly an apolitical animal. I don't have particularly strong political leanings. I suppose I'm fairly conservative in my viewpoint, but I'm a bit too tolerant to be a typical conservative. But the snowflake issue, that I happen to agree with Lloyd there. People are too easily offended and too willing to be offended on somebody else's behalf if they can't find something that offends them personally. And, when I was a kid, you suck it up, baby, get a little hard. Anybody who thinks they have a right to go through life without being offended is on a fool's errand. They're not going to have a particularly fulfilling life. And, that's just my opinion.
I have my little fix. I don't express it any time on YouTube, but I send Lloyd and Mel and Lloyd little say links to other people that discuss these little things, and then I have my little laughter afterwards because I won't discuss it, but I find it funny sometimes.
I have to agree with Dennis on this. He posted, I'm tired of people being offended. Me too.
Am I the only one that's noticed that?
Buttercup. I mean, my God.
Yep.
And while I've got the floor, I want to say good morning to Matt North. Matt, I sent you a link. If you want to pop in, please do.
Third Aussie.
Another Aussie. And Chris Hope.
Crikey.
I still want to know. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, now I know who he's talking about. Chris Hope put "What a Crybaby," and now I know who he's talking about.
Yeah.
So
now, will you answer me, Chris? In your opinion, was that a direct shot at Andrew? Because the fellow is now crying that I wasn't pointing at anyone. So, am I deluded? But quickly going back, am I the only one that's noticed that the people who are most easily offended are the ones who are prepared to go the furthest out of their way to find something that will offend them? I've had people say to me, I've never been so offended in all my life. I said, well, that's your fault. You should get out more.
I like that.
Somebody mentioned it earlier. I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. And I try not to disrespect people, but I guarantee you, if you disrespect me, I can be very much disrespectful. But I always try to, the golden rule: treat others as you would have them treat you, and that's what I live by. So if I offend anybody, then I probably didn't mean to begin with. But if you're that much of a snowflake, then I've
There's
said snowflake.
There's that word, yeah. Art Code's in the house. Speaking of offence, the master of modern offence, Art Code Solutions, is in the house.
Art Code's in the house. Wow.
All right. Good morning, Mr. North.
Oh, how you going, fellas?
How you going, Matt?
Oh, cracking along. I tell you, I just heard something there about being offended and all that, and I heard something not long ago. The way these people's feelings have to, be bowed down to, and I heard someone say once that if you've got anger issues, you've got to go to anger management because it's a feeling, and no one should be, have to put up with that. So being offended is a feeling as well. So why don't you go to offensive management classes? So that doesn't affect anyone either. I thought that was a great point.
It is.
Hey,
what Art Code just said, if he offends anyone, that means he's doing his job.
That's right. I don't get down into all this offensive sort of stuff,
No,
and
no,
to be honest, I do have a chat to my daughter. She's 11 years old, and I said, no matter what they teach you in school, it's not what life is. And, it's you're going to get knocks. You're going to get knocked down. And, they've got to be prepared for that. Otherwise, it's all.
See, here in Australia, everyone at primary school gets first place or for crossing the line. There's no first, third, or second or third anymore, like the Olympics. It's like everyone gets an award. Well, I don't think that really shows what true values is going to make it true for the workplace, because we're all going to get knocked and get bad battles.
No, they don't. It doesn't teach kids to try again, get better, do it over again. You're not good enough, And, this is the problem, and they come out. And this is why I think that the suicide rate of, how's this talking about drones? You've got to be kidding me. Anyway, the suicide rate of they'd say it's jumped up between 18 and 25-year-old males. And the only reason for that is because you're in this bubble until they leave school. And all of a sudden, over the next 5 or 6 years, they get knocked down all the time. What do you mean I can't have a car loan? What do you mean I can't get that much pay? And life gets too much for them. And they end up necking themselves because it's just not worth it. Oh my God. Teach these kids a bit of balls, for God's sake. You know what I mean?
Hey, let me say some hi. Say blah, blah, blah. Say hi. I get tongue tied every now and then. Artco Drone Solutions, welcome to the chat. Back from the sky, Micro Studios. Good morning, buddy. How you doing today? Let's see who else. Nacho Rolling.
Back in a second.
We got some good people in the chat here tonight.
It seems like we always have good people in the chat.
Yep.
Hi, Mike Roche. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, you have got a really good crowd here, Rodney. They must like you or something.
I can't figure out why. It must be the beard.
Oh, snap. I was going to say the beard. You've got to have a beard to make it on.
We've all got a beard, haven't we?
It's a grey beard, furthermore.
Yeah, gray. So when Matt comes back, he doesn't have a beard, does he?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, okay.
But he might have a beard, or he may have just gone mouldy.
And he has long hair, and so does Ari. So we're the odd ones out.
And Nacho Rolling says, "Good people in him."
Good people. And him. He's just a bit of a stirrer, but he's a nice guy. He likes causing trouble.
Well, he does have a beard. Well, we'll go.
I told you. Either Matt has a beard or his face has gone mouldy. It's one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Carroll, you're
Matt.
not.
Nothing. Shh.
Yeah, so you wait till you taste that coffee, mate. It's not going to be very nice, let me tell you.
Okay, I got to tell you guys this. If you haven't seen it in the chat, Back from the Sky said Rodney Belt.
Let's have a
Is
look
a
here.
sexy man.
Rodney Belt. So he changed my name. Oh, Back from the Sky. That was good. That was good.
So, Matt, jumping to a subject that we never cover here, which is drone stuff. What was the with
What?
your?
I want to talk about drones.
Well, Matt has a very rare drone. He has a Mavic Pro that can do the breaststroke. Not very well. How is that drone doing?
It doesn't. It folds its arms back, but it doesn't come forward again to do another stroke. Yeah, apparently.
Right. Does it fly?
Yeah, it does, mate. Yes. I took it out yesterday and I caned it. I punched it out about 4.5 k's, I guess. Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, I could see it.
Caster's watching.
Yeah. Caster. Oh, God, I tell you. Anyway, and return to home, all that sort of bizzo. Precision landing, absolutely fine. Front sensors, absolutely knackered. They won't work at all. So it'll crash into anything. Not that it did work anyway. So it's fine now, but it does wander around when it's hovering. So I'll have to look at that. But it does do terrain follow. So if I'm doing that, it will do terrain follow. So the bottom sensors are working. I think it's just a little bit wacky there with the front sensors. They're absolutely gone. There's no recovering them. So they're not too bad to replace. You just take the top off basically and pop them out with a couple of screws. But actually camera's fine. Camera absolutely fine. I did some footage with it as well yesterday down at Wivenhoe, mate. Yeah. So I went down there and just checked it out. So yeah, everything's fine there. Everything's working, focusing fine. So lucky, I tell you.
Yeah, you can always ring UAV me and ask to speak to Bruce. All right, I can. Yeah, was he helpful?
Absolutely. Yeah, he put me on to this tool right here. I went to Bunnings and picked that up. Same as your Menards over there, Rodney. Bunnings is. Yeah, I've got the connection I needed, and of course the small screwdrivers as well. You need for a couple of screws, but yeah, no, that was a big help, mate. Absolutely.
Hey, Matt. Matt, I got to ask you a question. On a serious note, your two drones, are they getting along better now, or are they still going back and forth with each other?
Oh no, it's not a good situation at all.
You gotta send them to counseling. They'll never get better if you don't.
They're not going to, mate. I'm telling you now. I don't think they'll ever be. I don't think they'll ever get on. To be honest, I've tried everything. I mean, I said the other day, I set them up on the bench before I go to work, and I say, "You behave yourself when you get out." And when I get home, the Mavic's over in the corner, and the Spark's down in the bedroom. So they've had a blue, and I don't know what's going on. No one will tell me anything, and they've wiped their SD card, so I can't see what happened.
Man, that's a tough situation right there.
It is.
I hope you get it worked out, bro.
So do I, mate. So do I, because it's just not a very nice situation to be in. I come home all tense, what's going to go on tonight?
Is it still quick you can cut it with a knife?
What was that?
I said, is the tension so thick you can cut it with a knife?
Absolutely, mate. You can cut it with a butter knife, mate. It's
oh my goodness.
I'd be worried too if the two women in my life both had double-sided blades and 4 of them each.
Good point. Good point.
And the other one, it's got quiet ones, so they're stealth.
Oh no.
You won't hear it coming.
That's even worse. That's even worse. Worse.
You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong.
All right.
God damn. Yeah. So I gave him a bill there, UAV, mate. They're more than helpful. Absolutely.
Let me guess, you rang them up and said, Ari told me to call, and they said, right, double the price.
He did. It cost $500 apparently. I don't know what that means.
Who did you speak to, Nick?
Yes, I did. Yeah, it was Nick. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
did
so-
you tell him
no.
I told you to call?
Yes, yeah, I did.
Oh,
He goes,
God.
Who?
Oh my!
He never said that. He sees more money out of me than anybody else.
Yeah, I bet, mate. I bet. Yeah. No,
Well-
very helpful.
So Nacho Rolling or Dennis, he said he came home and his Mavic had rainbow blades.
Okay.
No
Okay.
blades.
Were they?
That definitely can't be a good situation right there.
Well, down
They
at
might have been a
UAV,
bit overloving.
down at UAV, they've got programmable LED blades. You can program them so from underneath they will spell out whatever text you want in sequence. So I thought about getting a set and programming to flash "Screw you, Casa" or something, but maybe not.
I'm going to fly at night anyway. Buggy up.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not joking. I sent an email to Casa a couple of months back asking for a clarification under the new rules. And I got a bell back from Mark Lewis, who is the head of drone enforcement in Australia. And during the course of our 2-hour conversation, he listed to me a number of cases who I was actually able, he didn't tell me the names to give him credit, but I was able to put names to them from my own knowledge of what's going on in the community. And all I'm going to say is I am very careful what I say and what I post on YouTube.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know what the new laws are. I haven't even looked at them. And it's just a whole registration thing.
I mean, what's the point in looking if you're not going to follow them, right?
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. Yeah, don't have knowledge of these new rules, so how can you follow them at all? Yeah, no, it's. I haven't even looked into them. I'm just pissed. Hey, am I right in saying that in the States that that pilots, recreational drone flies don't have to be registered now, Rodney?
What was that again?
I'm on the understanding that recreational drone flyers don't have to be registered now in the States. Is that right?
No, I think that's actually changing. I know they're coming out with a test, an aeronautical test. So if you're a drone hobbyist, you have to take this test to get a permit for like a Part 107 or a pilot's license. And they just haven't got it set up yet. So as far as I know, we're going to have to do that. But until that actually comes out,
I've got no problems with the test at all, and I think it's a good idea.
Neither do I.
But it's the constant grab, like in Australia, that you have to register each drone you've got. And I don't know. I'm on the understanding it's around $20 per drone per year.
$20 for all of them for you, mate. $20 for all of them per year, as many as you've got. Essentially, yeah. Australia, okay. Britain. I'm across all the laws. I keep across them. I don't know why. I've got too much time to waste. Australia, New Zealand, Canada, UK, and the US are all signatories to Janus. Which is, the international body, and all of the countries have a very similar regime, either in place or coming into place. And if you see our legislation, the new legislation, there are provisions for reciprocal licenses from those countries. So it's obviously all really similar. But the way we're going to work is, if the only difference is Australia has that third category of excluded in between commercial and recreational. But here, it's either as a recreational pilot, $20 once a year for all of your aircraft, however many that should be. Or if you're a commercial pilot like me, $160 per aircraft per year.
Wow.
You don't fly all 8 of them, do you, mate?
Yeah, I'm going to be out about $1,200 a year starting next month. And quite frankly, that will be the straw that breaks my businesses back, because I'm not earning, and that's it.
That's ridiculous, man. And this is what it comes down to, and it is ridiculous. I can't see how much of it's going to do with safety. I mean, if you register your car, doesn't stop you driving like a dickhead.
No, that's a stealth tax.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Revenue.
I mean, you just saw that the politicians have just got themselves a 10% pay rise. So yeah, thanks very much. We're just paying a bit more into that, and it's probably paying for that. You know, absolutely ridiculous.
I brought this up to Mark Lewis when I was talking to him on the phone, and their justification for the fees is that they need to set up a database to manage the drone pilots. And and I said, well, that's interesting, because recreational pilots are 97% of the pilots and probably 95% of the complaints. They're paying $20 for some of them. He told me they have people with 100 drones, so they can pay $20 for 100 drones. On the other hand, us, and I was involved in a recent consultation with CASA. They sent me an email and said, come into headquarters and give us your feedback. And as I said to Mark Lewis, how did you know where to send me that email? Because you got all of my details when I registered as a commercial operator. So you've already got a database, but you want me to pay $1,200 a year so that you can spy on all the recreational pilots. That's fair.
Hey,
right?
guys, I'll be right back.
Big Brother is real.
Go, Rodney.
Oh, Rodney's gone. Yeah, okay.
Is it Spud or Potato? What's her name? Was
Yeah.
that in the back?
Go on.
I was wondering
see.
who that was. It was a surprise.
I see Rick Harbour's put up here that not all pilots need to be registered, and the US is $5 for hobbyists, $5, and I think that's for 3 years. Is that right, Rick? It's just in the chat there.
So, pretty miserable.
US pilot was just fined for an unregistered drone. Exploration obsession. Oh dear. There you go. Fined for having a drone. As if he wouldn't be up with all the aviation rules, God damn it.
Now that Rod has, Rodney's still with us. He's just muted. I was going to say, Matt, the reason I asked whether you got your drone running was I was going to say, if you need another one, it's not like I'm short. I can let you have one on a long-term loan. So if you need to take your Mavic out of the air while you're doing repairs, you're waiting on parts and whatnot, I can throw your Mavic Pro out. I can throw a Mavic Air or something your way.
Just not.
Oh, good on you, mate. Yeah, thanks very much, mate. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I don't. I'm not envisioning it to be because I basically can go out once a week, probably on a Friday, maybe a Saturday, and hopefully I can get my stuff fixed before that. But definitely take you up on an offer if
mate. Well,
if need be.
I can't fly 9 drones at once.
Is he Australian?
Yeah, he's only lives with me.
You guys should fly together.
Yeah, I said that. We're going to do that. Don't worry. And we'll talk.
And I'll supervise.
We'll talk about you while we're flying too.
Oh, no, you won't. I'm supervising.
We got a whole Aussie panel here.
So now we know.
I have
too.
to supervise my little ones when they
I actually do need supervision, to be quite honest.
Adult supervision. We're both in need of that.
Yeah, I'm surprised I'm actually still within the public realm, to be honest. But anyway, we get that. So what have you been up to, Rodney? Rodney, what have you been doing?
Just working and working.
Yeah, mate, I hear you.
Last weekend, me and the wife went up to the Shenandoah Valley. We rented a cabin that was really nice, and I was hoping to do some
This is the one T-shirt.
drone flying, but unfortunately, where we was at was heavily wooded. So, except for right above the cabin. So, if I went up, I did go up, but I'm not going to post anything on video on YouTube. But it's one place that I've been to in Virginia that didn't have a no-fly zone, and I couldn't fly because if I flew if I went out any distance, I'd lose sight of the drone because of all the trees. So
was it enough of an opening that you got GPS while you're on the ground?
oh yeah, I had GPS on the ground.
Okay.
So but I was hoping to get some video. I even went and bought an Osmo Pocket for this, and we kind of decided to have a non-electronic weekend anyway. So
It's nice to get away from it occasionally.
it was me and the wife. We played.
You know, it's a G-rated channel, Rodney.
Yeah, I know this is G-rated. we played Farfel. Of course, that word you could take it and make it, R or even Farfel. By the way, is a dice game. In case you don't know, I know you Australians probably don't know about some of the games we have here, but
it's on Facebook as well. That game
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a few games you play over there that we should learn, like Nuke the Commies, living so close to China as we do.
I didn't realize that was a game.
I think but you won't sell us the game pieces is the problem.
It's been a game since the 50s, hasn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah. I just got the answer here from Rick. It's $5 for hobbyists. And the 107 is $5 for each drone. So that's reasonable, Not
we may need to move to America. We may get shot in a drive-by, but we'll be able to afford to fly our drones.
That's right. We can fly our drone to the hospital, get help. Yeah. Or to give it to Lassie. See, that's the days. Lassie used to do all that. Now we got drones to do it.
Rick Halber says he's found 3 Phantom 4.2s new for sale, and Best Buy is getting the Phantom 4 Pro to sell again here. Okay, that's great. When I got the second one over here, there was only 3 on DJI's books, but that's worldwide, but that's at their registered dealers. I did say at the time when I was talking that there's probably hundreds of them left still in the chain stores. I know, for example, I'm pretty sure it was Walmart had them in the US, but they weren't advertising them. You had to actually go into the store and ask. I was not going to say this because there's been so much misinformation out there, and everyone's got a contact, and I'm no exception. All I will say is I was speaking to somebody in the DJI chain the day before yesterday, and all they said to me was, and I'll quote it precisely, anybody who is missing the Phantom 4 or the Phantom line should keep their eyes out sometime after October. I don't claim to know what that means, but maybe we should keep our eyes out after October.
Interesting.
Mm.
I kind of thought this year they might bring something out between the Spark and Air.
Yeah, that's supposed to be coming. The Air will go. It's been a big disappointment to DJI. It hasn't sold well, and I don't really know why. If you go into it with your eyes open, it's a good drone. But for people who've got a Mavic, say even an original Mavic Pro, there's really no reason to buy a Mavic Air.
That's right. Mavic Air. My mate actually just bought one, and I was tossing up whether to get one, and I didn't get one, and I got the Pro purely for the sound of it. Now, when these quiet props are on, I'll tell you, mate, it is absolutely magnificent. I can't tell you how quiet it is. I don't know if you've got them on yours, but oh, mate, unbelievable. You can't even hear it coming in. Unreal. Standard props you can still hear it at 120. But with the quiet props, unbelievable. But they are flimsy.
I've got a Mavic 2, not a Mavic Pro, Mavic 2 Zoom, and it's got the quiet props on it standard, and it's very, very quiet. The Mavic Air is a little noisy, but I don't care. Big licensed, I don't really care if people know it's there. If I had my time over again, I wouldn't buy another Mavic Air, not because there's anything wrong with it, simply because I own several Sparks and a Mavic 2. There was really no need for me to have one. But there are a number of people, Artco, Drone Kings in Darwin, Claude, as in Drone Effects. There are a number of people who use the Mavic Air as their primary war drone. It does most of their airborne hours, and it's great. But I just didn't need it. But I bought it anyway. There's probably a theme there somewhere.
Obsession is a word I would use.
But I need it. I'm running a business.
Matt,
Yes, sir. That's right, mate. That's right.
Matt, all you need is another drone to join that fray you got going on now.
Dude, that'll be on the internet on certain sites within hours. Some sort of site there for that, I'm sure.
Blatant drone porn, Matt.
That's exactly what it would be. It would be, and I'm afraid I couldn't resist.
I love my blow up drone.
That's it, mate. You do. You still got that channel going?
No, it's defunct.
Oh no!
What channel is that?
It got let down.
No. I just haven't continued it on. I changed it over to the Redneck channel because I got just too much going on with this channel.
Yeah, righto. So your blow up drone channel didn't get a puncture. You just.
Yes.
Oh, that's
No
all right, mate.
No puncture.
Oh, good stuff. I got to nick off again, fellas, because this is my weekend with the girl, and she's a little bit crook tonight. So I've got to make sure she's all right. She's down in the bedroom now, having a bit of just watching a movie quietly. So yeah, I thought I'll come out here and have a chat to you boys. Good catching up with you again. Absolutely.
Well, good to have you on, Matt, for sure. Always good to have you. Hope to see you again next Saturday, if you can.
Oh, absolutely, mate. I just saw here Nacho rolling there. Bang for the buck with the air. It's a good thing. It is. It's a nice camera. I don't mind the camera on them at all. Great footage out of it. And to be quite honest, in some respects, it's better than the Pro's camera, which I've got, because I've compared the two footages out of my mate's Air and mine. And although I find the Air can be a little saturated, it does pull in a lot of info. And I did find that looking at his footage was a little saturated in some places. But the Mavic, unless you're using the color profiles, natural color can be a little bit bland too. So you've got to still do a little bit of color grading with that.
You can always mix down, but it's harder to mix up.
You're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah. Yeah, you can always pull a bit out, eh? But the Air's footage, pretty impressed. Pretty clear, man. And I like the fact that the gimbal on the Air too is solid. It's like the Sparks, it's a solid camera. Tough as nails. Where the Pro is, you got to tiptoe around it because the thing looks like it's going to drop off any second.
Well, it's stabilised by rubber bands, man.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Eh?
The highest tech in the world. It's stabilised by rubber bands.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I couldn't believe that when I looked at it. My mate had one here. I'm saying, what the hell's going on here? Because I'm used to I just about throw the Spark against the wall and the gimbal doesn't move. This thing here, and putting the gimbal guard on it. Oh, come on! You have to have a degree in engineering just to try and get the gimbal to line up the bloody camera on it.
No easier. The zoom is no easier. But I really do appreciate that zoom, especially now I've gone over to capturing in 1080 and I can get 4 times zoom. That's
fantastic. Yeah. What I am disappointed with the Pro is I can't do 60 frames in 4K. I'd like to. I've tried to slow some footage down and stuff, and it's just a little bit jerky and stuff like that. So that's what I do miss. I can do 1080.
The Phantom 4 Professional does a good job of that. Out of all of them, it does okay 4K at 60. The rest of them, either don't do it at all or do it, but yeah.
See, I did actually muck around with the 1080p with 90, I think it's 96 frames a second. That's pretty good. It's pretty good slow-mo. But but then again, it's 1080p, and I did compare the footage, and the 1080p, the Spark's 1080p, I think is better than the Pros, to be honest.
If it's the natural resolution of the camera, it generally works a little bit better. But if I'm creating for YouTube, which a lot of my stuff is now, then I don't mind because YouTube only allows 720 anyway.
Mm.
But
okay.
If I'm doing videos for the customer, they want it in 4K, then obviously I capture in 4K straight.
Yeah, nice, man.
It's,
Yeah, that's the go.
Should
Yes,
we-
anyway, as I said, I must go, fellas. Absolutely fantastic catching up with everyone. Good to see everyone in the chat here. Pete Carroll, how are you, mate? Oh, I didn't see you there earlier. Chris Hope. Rick there again. Oh, my God. Yeah, all the old faces. It's all good. So hopefully I'll catch you next Saturday. Yeah, I've got next Saturday off too, so that'll be a good thing. And we've got to catch up with that coffee, mate, Harry.
yeah, well, when you've got things settled and you've got an evening, whatever, that you're going to be home and not too tired, just shoot me an email or whatever, and I'll get over there and make your happy life miserable.
Yeah, that's that's all good, mate. Yeah, I've trouble. During the week, I'm usually working from 10 a.m. right through to 10 p.m., 9, 10 p.m., 11. So, and I'm actually out at Parkinson, so I'm not too far from your joint. So there'll be a knock on the door about midnight, I reckon.
Yeah, well, I'm usually up late because I'm talking to those bloody Americans.
Yeah, they're on a strange time frame, that lot.
Oh, mate, take care.
No worries. Catch you, boys. See you next
Have a good
time.
one, Matt. Talk to you later. Thanks again.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.
Hey, guys, I got some things I need to get done, so it's probably a good place to stop. I've enjoyed having all you guys on here, my Australian friends. Hopefully one of these days I can get a couple of Englishmen on here too.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure, as always, Rodney. And once again, thank you sincerely for the stuff, for the cup and the shirt, mate. I really love them.
I forgot to tell Matt that I'll be mailing his out on Monday.
See, you're going to have an Australian cheer squad.
Yeah. So,
Rod.
Trevor will get his Monday or Tuesday probably. You've already got yours. Matt will get his in a couple of weeks. And, well, there you go. Then I'll have my Australian team. Everybody in the chat, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. My chats aren't structured. We talk about whatever we want to talk about, as long as it's not too much into politics. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Loved having you in the chat. And I hope to see you next Saturday. Have a good one, everybody.
Thanks again, Rodney. And
All right.
Thanks, Eric.
Have a good week.
And I'll probably see some of you guys. I'm going to go and talk to the family. I'll see you in about half an hour, perhaps in Drone Hub. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
All right, everyone in the chat. Y'all have a good one. I appreciate you coming in.